what we're doing right now is preparing for death. Yes? Everything that we're doing is preparing for death, right? So how can a murid be unprepared for it? Be in a state of panic? Or not know that it is his last 7? One of the prayers that we're asking always is, Ya Rabbi, do not give us a sudden death. Yes? Not a sudden death. If you are preparing to go, and some people, they prepare buying tickets. That's how they prepare, yes? Some people, they buy tickets and they pack up, and their mind is already not here, it's over there, yes? Some, they're not so well prepared. Not too great. Their luggage is too much. Or they miss the timing. They mess it up. But some people, they're prepared and they are always in their station of waiting there. When you're waiting on the platform, you're waiting somewhere, just waiting for you to board, you're always in that state where you are ready. How can you not know? That time when you're there and you're eager and you're waiting, the change of air is going to indicate something is going to happen. You hear a little bit, you say, it's here. Yes? Some different energy coming, you know it is coming. It is here. What is here? The vehicle that's going to take you to the other side. So, I'm not going to go so much into what the awliyas they are saying, what the scholars even they are saying. It's like that and like this sometimes. The believer must know, 40 days before he passes, there are already signs that he's going to pass. Specific. Huh? These are the things that 1400 years Muslims have studied. It is a science. They have studied and they say, you must know. This is going to happen, this is going to happen, your feeling is going to change. That's why in the old days we hear, not so old days, even our grandfather, our uncles, or those ones, you know that when they pass, they already said, oh, he knew that he was going to pass. He was already making preparations. He was saying this, he was saying that, he was making sure that everything he's completely ready now. Then, 7 days before, 3 days before, 1 day before, they are ready. How can they not be? If their whole lives they're preparing to go, how can it be caught as a surprise? It only catches as a surprise for those ones who are not ready. They're not ready and they don't want to go. They don't want to go. We are advised by our Shaykh, remember death 40 times a day at least. At least remember death sometimes. Shaykh and is not making it heavy for people to specify like that also, but the hadith is saying if you remember death 40 times a day, forget about everything else that you've done in your life. Go to the Hajj, give charity, praying so much, making zikr so much. Just to think about death 40 times a day. If you die that day, you will die as a martyr. Because you're already getting yourself ready to go. When you get yourself ready, that means now you're not going to bring your whole house, because it's impossible to bring your whole house to travel. You're going to bring only a suitcase. And if you're smart, you say, I'm not even going to bring anything. Somebody over there is going to provide everything that I need. Yes? So you're going to travel lightly. Now you start preparing. So how do you prepare then this for death? Signs will be given to you. Leave that aside for now. How do you prepare for it? Then think of those things that's making you not want to die. What is it that's making you not want to die? What is it that's making you to hold back? Children, wife, husband, work, projects, your pleasures. What else? But the reality is, if that person comes and asks, tells you, orders you to come, you cannot say no. No one has said no from the beginning of time until now. That power is given to that angel. Nobody can say no. Not even prophets can say no. Because the order is coming straight from Allah. Now is the time. You don't think the angel of death is not going to die too. He's going to die. Everything will die. Everything will perish except the face of Allah. The face of Allah. Then Allah will declare now, who is your Lord? Declare that to who? To Himself. So, now, how do you think? Then, you're fighting against your ego. Understand what is important, what is not. Things that you are too attached to, whether it's pleasure or it's pain. Some people these days, they don't get attached to pleasure anymore. This is the curse of the Akhir Zaman. But they are very attached to their pain. They're not attached to good things, they're attached to their anxiety. They're not attached to whatever ni'mat, blessings Allah has given to them, they cannot enjoy. But they are very, very, very attached. They refuse to let go of depression. May Allah save us from that. That is special secret weapon of the Akhir Zaman from shaitan. Because in the past, people who deny Allah or whatever, at least they have the dunya and they sink into it. You never hear Fir'aun having any existential crisis, right? You never hear Nimrud being depressed, questioning himself. Really? Am I a lord? Really? No. Going to therapy. Support group they have, you know? They don't. They're very sure of themselves. But the believer is between hope and fear. The believer is between hope and fear. The believer is always saying, Allah gives and Allah can take. He gives everything and He can take. My faith doesn't belong to me. Allah gives. Allah is the one who turns, and He can turn my heart too. So that keeps us in the station of servanthood. And the language of the people of servanthood is very clear. Not the language, bombastic language of lordly. You understand? Like that you don't hear our sheikhs, our grand sheikhs speaking. So we must try to be in that station. Everything is teaching us that we are in the station of servants. And be happy servants. Be happy servants. But prepare yourself for that. Now we're living in a time where people hate death. They hate. One time I was with Sheikh Effendi and we were in the car. And he was saying, look at all these people in the streets. Every single one of them, they hate death. He says, not a single one of them, they made sajda in their whole lives. We should not be like that. So to prepare ourselves, to think about it often. Which means now what? They say death is the destroyer of what? Pleasures. So when you have too much pleasure, think of death. In that pleasure, think of death. Say, Alhamdulillah, shukr. Allah can take me. When you have too much sadness, think of death. Oh, that's no problem. Everyone who's sad, they want to kill themselves. But it's not that they want to kill themselves to meet Allah. In reality, they want to destroy. Destroy. So, think what we're attached to, and say, Ya Rabbi, this is yours. It doesn't belong to me. Your children, your money, whatever people are saying that you are, it doesn't belong to you. It doesn't. I don't fit there, Ya Rabbi. You make that into a habit, then you are not so attached to it. You are okay. You are a bit free from it. You understand? We are humans. We can get sad. We can get lonely. We can get this and that. But you're not going to be obsessed about it, because so many people now, they're obsessed. They think happiness is there. Happiness is with the one who creates happiness. Happiness is the one who created happiness. Happiness belongs to Allah. Ayat is saying very clearly, if you want your heart to be satisfied, say Allah. Say Allah. Say Allah is not just to say with your tongue, it is with your heart, it is with everything. So now how you recognize Allah? You don't recognize Allah now. Your child is saying, Allah this, Allah that, Allah. No, you're going to say this belongs to Allah. That belongs to Allah. It doesn't belong to me. It belongs to Allah. May Allah not test us, but it belongs to Him. So you're preparing yourself now, your exit, you know. You have to prepare your exit. This whole us being in tariqat is preparing for exit. Don't now in this tariqat, you're preparing your exit strategy. That's different. Your exit strategy has to be when you die and the angel of death comes. It shouldn't be when I exit, then what am I going to? My life is going to start. Not like that. But you're free anyway. So, you have more taste from life. From simple things, you have more taste. From things that is going to bother you, is going to grab you like that, you start to lose the taste for that. All your worryings, all your anxieties, you start to lose the taste. You start to have a firmer grip. It's not going to, if it's going to hold you the old days for 40 days, now it should be 7 days. Then it's going to be lesser. It's going to be lesser. It has to be. How important are things? The angel of death comes to you right now. What are you going to hold on to? What are you going to say? We talked about the last 7 breaths before a little bit. What you're going to say is what is going to be in your heart. It's simple. What you're going to say is what is in your heart. That's what's going to come out. So the question of who is your Lord, when the angel of death is going to ask, don't think if I memorize it and I say it in perfect Arabic, then the angel is going to get the right answer. No. First question is going to ask, leave other questions when you're being brought to the cemetery. First question angel is going to ask in the grave, who is your Lord? Lord means what? The one that you worship. So many Muslims are going to say, my wife, my children. They're not going to say Allah. We know that as a theory, Allah, yes. You are worshipping, yes. We know that as a theory. But who are you serving day by day? Especially in these days where there's no Khalifa, there's no clear direction, there's no compass. Who are you serving? Your country, your family, yes? Yourself. So who is your Lord? That one that you're serving, that one that you're worshipping. So many are going to say, myself. I don't listen to no one. I only listen to myself. Allah gave me intelligence, I only listen to myself. So many are going to say, my nafs, all my life, I only serve to make him happy. Even in religion, I'm serving to make him happy. So these are the things that we need to think about. Who are we serving?
So these are all, they're all our ilahs.
Exactly. These are all our ilahs. Of course. So many people, they can sacrifice the whole world at the altar of anger. The world wars are that. So many people say, oh, the holy war, religious war is very bad. Okay, what happened? First World War, Second World War, Third World War is religious war. You decide to say God is dead, they're saying, Hasha. Okay, so what do you fight? What about the communists? They're not fighting for Allah. They destroyed so much. So all these are the ilahs. You're right. These are all the lords that you are serving. If you are not understanding who are the lords that you are serving, it's hard for you to understand illallah. Most people, they're jumping to that. Allah is making it easy. Serve that Prophet. Then you will know how to serve me. Prophet ﷺ is saying, then serve those ones who are going to represent me until the end of time, because as Allah is saying, they are humans also. They come and they go, they pass. But the believers, are you going to turn your back? Are you going to break your promise? So there's always one who's representing them. Whoever it is, follow. So, if you don't understand this and you refuse to, inside of tariqat, if you don't understand it, that's why, especially in the Naqshbandi way, they make it very simple, very easy. Okay, the front and center, it has to be that one, your share, our share, that one. our grand sheikh, that one. If our love for him is less than anything that less than us, our love for ourselves, our children, then we don't have complete faith. Because that is what the Prophet is teaching. If you don't love him more than you love yourself, he's saying, then you don't have complete faith. You have faith, but it's not complete. And these days, not only is not complete, the faith is not enough to bring you to safety. That's why they say, although this is the sober way, this is the way based on Sharia and everything, yes, it's true, but it is also the most crazy way because it's based on pure love now and submission. And if you do that, then, and you make him to be more important, as the Sahabis say of the Prophet ﷺ, they say and they did, may my father be sacrificed for you, may my children be sacrificed for you, may my father and my mother be sacrificed for you. They said that, and they did it. This tariqat of the Sahabis, what we're doing. We sacrifice our bayat and the tariqat and the shaykh for the sake of wives and husbands and kids and dunya and this and that. Yes? That's dangerous because Islam is not ruling. Tariqats are not ruling. Anyone can do what they want right now, but time will come. We want to be under his feet in our shaykh. And we have, where I am with him, between hope and fear. I don't have full confidence everything I'm doing is correct. I don't have complete, how you say, negativity, everything I'm doing. I'm between hope and fear. It's always been this my way with him, and this is my way now. I'm doing something, I'm praying, I'm hoping, I'm fearing, I'm being step by step. Understand? So, that, understanding ilahs now. It's not that easy. It's not that easy. But, that's what's making this tariqat to be the highest tariqat. But it has to come.
Let's say we end up dying before we are ready. If we are submitted to our share, will our share be there for us when the angels come to question us?
All the way. You don't leave him, you think he's going to leave you? Never. That will save you. It's not our actions and but that love that you have. What does that love mean? You don't doubt him. You say he's on top of our heads. Inshallah. Don't take the rights of other people. If you do ask for forgiveness, you do something wrong, run to do something right. And look to see what he is busy with. Saving people is one thing that he's doing. He's doing so many other things. You're free to take whatever that he's doing. And to do that, be in safety, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum. Fatiha.